No, it's not. Welcome, week man. When you get ready. Okay. Um. Let's check one. Yeah. All right. Let me switch to a different camera. Yeah. I am using the mic mini mic, so hopefully we should be in sync. Might be location. I'm using. Thanks, man. Using a different type of setup for the router. All right. Let's make sure we're not going to. All right, we're going to be moving just a little bit. All right. JPR, Amosi, welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well. I was going to try and stream earlier today, but it was just too hot. And I was lazy. So, last for IRL streaming, Dji Pocket 3, and I did notice that uh, yeah, after about 10 seconds. Alright, so that's using the front-facing camera still. Okay. So, once we get a solid connection, I will explain what I'm trying to use. However, by the looks of it, it's not looking great. So, on the previous stream that I did for IRL using the Pocket 3 and the iPhone, there was intermittent audio issues that was being streamed. This motherfucker. Yeah, there was some guy backing out, but yeah, no, I had right away. Idiot. Alright, so in the previous stream, Pocket 3, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, And I believe I did bring along my Netgear Nighthawk M1 to act as the router. Let me find a spot. Now, with that particular setup, there was issues with the audio. So after every about 15 seconds or so, the audio would glitch out for about 2 to 3 seconds and then back to normal. So I believed it may have been the issue with the Netgear Nighthawk M1. Even though that's acted as the 5 gigahertz router, yeah. Let's go. So instead of using the Netgear Nighthawk M1's internal router, I've decided to use an external travel router. So yes, this is the Pocket 3 right now, Dindiro. The windscreen is dirty. Okay, windscreen is dirty. Well, welcome in. Thank you, Dindiro, for the hydrate. I don't know if I brought my water bottle with me, so yeah, we shall. Yeah, after what, the first 5 minutes of looking great. Great. Oh, Vicky, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you are doing well. What did you get up to? If you need to do some after stream care, by all means, go take care of yourself. And thank you again for the raid. Raiders, welcome in. My name is Mitmat. I am currently living and streaming here in Darwin, Northern Territory. I mainly do streams on Twitch. I am multi-streaming to YouTube as well. What I mainly stream on Twitch is tech-related gear, and most of the tech is related to IRL streaming. So welcome in. If you have any questions, or if you have an interest into getting into IRL streaming, by all means, you can join my Discord and ask questions, or you can ask questions here as well, or you can watch a few of my YouTube videos that I have created very specifically for some of the IRL gear. So again, thank you for the raid, Vicky, and hope you are doing well. No problems. What were you up to in your stream? And whereabouts, what country are you coming in from? So right now I am using the Dji Pocket 3 connected wirelessly to my iPhone 11 Pro Max, and RTMP streaming using an app called Moblin, which is a free app only available on iOS. Alright, so just currently cruising around doing some tests from Ireland. Ooh, nice! Welcome in. I believe I have another watcher who comes in from Scotland as well. So I think you might be the first to come in from Ireland. What equipment do you use for IRL? If you don't mind me asking. I've used quite a bit, and let me go to here, and yeah, let's move around. So we have some kind of an exit. Nice, yes. So I've been primarily utilizing the Orange Pi 5 Plus for the main streaming. But now with using an iPhone, I'm able to stream wirelessly from the DJI camera systems as well. Hang on, my cabling. Now the problem that I'm having is that the iPhones overheat quite a bit. So hence why there's this big fan on the back. But yeah, again, thank you for the raid and welcome in. DJI Action 5 with 3 SIM cards. Before it was Pocket 3. Oh, nice. So what's your main encoding setup? Are you streaming straight to Twitch? Are you using a Jetson Nano, Orange Pi, Rock 5A, Rock 5B Plus, or are you using a LiveView Solo? I am very interested to see what other creators use in terms of their IRL streams. It's similar but easier. Yes. Oh, that's good. Right now I am using 2 SIMs. One is through the Netgear Nighthawk M1, and the other SIM, the other internet connection, is coming in from my personal phone, which is connected over Wi-Fi to then share its internet connection to the iPhone running the Moblin app. So this essentially is my alternative router. It is a bit big and clunky, unfortunately. So so in the middle we have the Netgear Nighthawk M1, and this blue travel router is from GLINet. And I'm thinking with the previous stream where I had constant glitching with the audio, I believe it is caused from the router functionality of the Netgear Nighthawk M1. So now I'm using the travel router from Beryl to act as the router, and then just using the Netgear Nighthawk M1 to provide internet connection to the router itself. And so today will be the first test that I'll be testing using this device, and I just want to see how well or poorly this performs in terms of stability, especially with a wireless connection here. Welcome in, Miss Singer. Yes, elastic bands. Once I get it to a setup that I like, I'll 3D print mountings for this so that it's all contained in one unit. So hence why my iPhone 11 Pro Max is actually housed on a 3D printed mounting system in order to mount this fan. And this particular cooling system is actually designed to be used for the Sony ZV-1 vlogging style cameras. Before you use similar boxes too, it's your personal iPhone plus 2 Android. Nice. Yeah, so Moblin is fantastic. It's free, and it is feature rich. There are so many features within it. Yes. So that is it. And if I were to get my selfie stick, I have a quick release mount here. So if I choose to just use the iPhone itself with the Moblin app, then I can just utilize it here. Oh. And then yeah. And then for Pokemon Go streams, I'll mount my personal phone here, and then screen share my personal phone to the Moblin app, and then be able to do Pokemon Go while streaming using a single phone, and essentially using 2 SIMs. I can use the internal SIM card of the iPhone as well as the SIM card of the Pokemon Go phone that's been shared via the Wi-Fi connection using Moblin. So yeah, it is a bit clunky at the best of times, but it works. So so I am a big proponent of utilizing the encoder boards of the Orange Pi 5 Plus. But with technology growing and being more slimmer, I do skids, I don't think my car would even survive that. So yeah. Deadpan, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. Did I miss anything? Sorry if I have. I forgot to do one thing, and that is to actually let me get that ready. Record. Cool. Islands. Now I haven't streamed in the wet, so yeah, I haven't streamed in the rain, so I haven't done any of that. So, oh, I just got busy there. All right, let's see. So we are wireless. We are using the Pocket 3, connected to the travel router, which is then connected to the iPhone. Darwin doesn't rain, you're fine. Hard lock in reverse. All right, let's see. Now, unfortunately, is it? All right, let me. Define bad. Oh. Did the mic changed? Oh, okay. Yeah. Deadly mentioned this as well. So, yep, it did. So let me switch it back to Pocket 3. All right. Where was it? Oh yeah, planes, if you didn't see that. All right, has the mic changed? Test 1, 2. Okay. About the Rock 5, you're going to install Rock 5 into your car for encoding. So normally use a Pixel while walking, but in the car you can have a large setup. So you run Rock 5 and a bunch of cameras. Oh, nice, nice. I have been working on Testicle 1, 2. All right, well done. All right, so what I have done is created a multi-camera backpack system previously using a Blackmagic 8 Mini in order to do multi-camera streams utilizing up to 4 HDMI cameras. Now I have since switched the video switcher to the OC Go Stream deck that allows me to do more video effects, like picture-in-picture. Able to put up 3 cameras at the same time. I was able to put up 4 cameras at the same time, but the 4th camera is in full screen mode, whereas the 3 other cameras are in their own individual cells. So, yeah. Look like I'm on a green screen. But yeah, where's the router system? Did that fall over? So yeah, this is the Netgear Nighthawk M1. I mean, this could be slimmed down even more if I used a USB 4G modem and just connected to the USB port of the Beryl. Unfortunately, don't have a compatible one that the Beryl is able to read correctly. So yeah, I'm using this for the time being. I don't have any water in the car, so I can't clean my hands. Okay, let's, where are we? Oh, endpoint reached. Oh, there's a plane. I don't know if you can see that. Gladiator style. Oh, I'm pretty sure I've got water. Hang on, let me bring it down here. So is it one knee? Or wait, it's this foot first, right? Look at that. Okay. So yeah, everything. Oh, I do have water, yep. So unfortunately, with this setup, there's actually more equipment compared to my Rock 5A. So if we just concentrate on the iPhone unit itself, right? Which requires its own power bank to keep it topped up and charged. Then the router itself, separate. Are you not entertained? Oh, it's all dry grass. But what if I stand over here? Was that a better viewing opinion? All right, so unfortunately, even with the new router system, if I were to now enable face tracking on the Pocket 3, it's going to stutter. So let's do that now. Face tracking is enabled on the Pocket 3. Shit. Right now. Yep, so I've turned off tracking. So hopefully stream will now be back to normal. Looks like Mars, yeah. Yeah. Red Dead Redemption. Now, we are so close to the airport runway. This is definitely a no-fly zone for flying drones. I was going to do that as a test, but I got lazy and didn't really plan ahead. By the time I pulled out all the drone equipment, most of the batteries were like at 20%. So you also have this problem when you use tracking with live streaming on the Pocket, it starts lagging. Yes. But if you were to utilize the Pocket 3 and connect it via USB UVC, oh yeah, so there is a military exercise happening here in the Northern Territory for the next 5 to 7 days. I think it's called Talesman Sabre 2025. So there's going to be a lot of jet noises. There's apparently 20 countries involved in this military exercise. So yeah. Oh yeah, Helldiver. In this location here. You just want to have, yeah. So, yeah, totally understand. With having RTMP wireless streaming, it opens up pretty much a whole set of avenues to do streaming. Like right now, I can just pick up the Pocket 3, and that is all the streaming equipment there, and I can just walk around within a certain amount of range. Ooh, look at this plane. I don't know, can you see the lights? Where are they? I did touch the screen with a dirt hand. Oh. Yes. Oh, okay. I can see a jet. It's hovering. Either it's a jet or it's flying the other way. It might be flying the other way. But look at this. I think this is a military plane. Look how big it is. And let me... Ah, the Serenity. The Serenity. Damn. All right. I should bring all my live streaming equipment here. So I also do event live streaming, such as weddings, funerals, and conferences as well. So most of that equipment is a lot more stuff is required to bring along. So yeah, so I could probably have a wide shot, a punch shot, and then have another camera on with a
few options, depending on what you mean by wide shots.
with a movable tripod head to zoom in. All your IRL shit broke? Oh shit! What happened? What? Deadly? What happened? Please tell so I can fix my shit too. But yeah. But again, thank you, Vicky, for the raid. And if you do need to do some after stream care, by all means, go right ahead. And again, thank you. So yeah, today's test is just a test using the iPhone running Moblin, which is then connected to a travel router, which is then the travel router is receiving the internet from the Netgear 9Hawk M1. I don't know until I get home in regards to the audio issue. If there is an audio issue with this type of configuration, because with my previous setup, about every 10 seconds or so, I've been having some glitches from the microphone. And yeah, I did drop the Pocket 3 RTMP bitrate down from 6 megabit per second, which is streaming the RTMP stream. I did drop that down from 6 to 4. So I might now switch it back up to 6 and see how that goes. Okay, let's go to DJI devices. Let's select Pocket 3. Now let's increase it to 6. Okay, we can't. So far, no? Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. All right, let me switch over to the front-facing camera. Let me now stop. And we've increased it. Start live stream. All right. Microphone has automatically switched to the bottom. I've now switched it back to the front-facing microphone. And now, if I switch to Pocket 3, it doesn't actually change the microphone either. So I need to now figure out why. RTMP server, Pocket 3. Nope, nothing there. So it must be within the DJI settings. So let's go to DJI devices. Let's select Pocket 3. And let's see why the audio isn't automatically selected to be the Pocket 3. Oh, it's just probably something I have to think about now. So right now, this is the bottom microphone of the iPhone. I'm now going to switch it to the Pocket 3, which now should be the Mic Mini. I have also increased the bitrate from the Pocket 3 from 4 megabit to 6 megabit. I'll just have to double check that now again, because it's not relaying that information on screen. Devices, Pocket 3 beryl. Yeah, I did switch it to 6 megabit per second. All right, cool. And another thing as well, I have also added latency and added delay to the internal camera as well, in order to sync both the internal iPhone camera and the Pocket 3 to be in sync. All right, so now both the external Pocket 3 RTMP camera and the internal iPhone camera is in sync. So now I can potentially add my drone stream, sync it to be the internal, to be the same. That way then I can utilize both the front and the rear camera and the internal mics if need be. Yeah, okay. Hey Alex, yes, I am still using Restream, so that's how you are watching YouTube at the moment, because my internet at home is shit. I am unable to actually push out multi-stream direct from OBS at home. Hence why I'm using Restream, which is currently for free if you're only pushing to 2 destination points. So yes, welcome in, Alex. How do you do that? Fix your stuff. There's a video. Oh yeah, so I did make a video for the syncing bit only for the GoPro. It's the same for any RTMP stream, but with the whole NSYNC idea that we have thought of in the previous stream, that might be a quick YouTube short to showcase to people who've already connected an Action 4 or a DJI camera, but still want to utilize both the internal camera of the iPhone to be in sync with the camera that we are using for the RTMP streaming. What else? Yeah, so there's a YouTube video about adding GoPro to the Moblin app. Halfway through is where I talk about adjusting the latency of the RTMP stream, which is the DJI or the GoPro, and then adjusting the internal video and audio of the iPhone and adding delay in order to match both the camera and the microphone to each other, so they are both in sync. Which song? Yes, bye. Oh wow, nice. That's a very good pun. All right, there you go, Weekman. Add that to suggestions. That way, then we can utilize it as a redeem as well as a thumbnail when we do the editing for the video. So yes. Oh man, that's great. So unfortunately the front facing camera isn't great. So let me now switch over to the rear camera of the iPhone. I'll just need to turn it on at the moment because I haven't turned it on. And yeah, this is the rear camera of the iPhone. Let me now just readjust it. And you should be able to see the front facing camera of the iPhone as well. Now, this is another product that I've also bought for the purpose of using the Pocket 3 in low light situations. This is a LED light from Newer, and it attaches to a bracket that mounts onto the pan axis of the Pocket 3. And right now it is relatively dark, as you can see from the iPhone camera itself. The Pocket 3 has a light sensor to bring in more light that way. But in instances where it's complete darkness, we can now activate this light. And now that will mount to the top of the Pocket 3. And yeah, you should now be able to see. If I were to now switch over to the front camera, yep, of the iPhone, and let me just bring this down a little bit, and I will now show off what the Pocket 3 is able to do. Well, you might not be able to see it on here because the light will unfortunately overpower the lens. So if I now pan the camera, the light will stay in the same direction of the camera lens itself. Flashbang. Okay, let me 1, 2, 3. Right, let me switch back over to the Pocket 3 scene. Okay, we should now see the Pocket 3 scene. Let me put it down. Why aren't you going down? How dare you? Right, I might have to go into selfie mode. Oh, okay. So right now, I believe this is... Sorry, I keep touching the screen. Right now, this is set on level 1 at the cool white balance, or temperature, sorry. I'm about... however long this bloody door is, I'm this far away from the camera right now, and this is level 1. This is now level 1, but now we're in the warm tone of the color temp. This is still level 1, but now we are at the daylight tone of the color temp. So let's go back to the cool lighting. Again, this is level 1. And the Pocket 3, I believe, is in auto mode as well. So let me now increase to level 2. So this is also now level 2. Again, the Pocket 3 is in auto mode, so it might actually compensate for the lighting. Yep, it does. Now this is level 3. Now as I stand closer, the lighting is compensated. And I forgot to record in camera. And I'm now the door length away. And this is, yeah. This is the Pocket 3 utilizing the newer LED light system that attaches to the pan axis of the 3-axis gimbal. Pretty bright. So let's switch over to daylight at level 3. Let's go back to level 1 because there's a plane coming. Looks like it's a normal commercial plane. So, ooh. Oh yeah, you can attach, because there is a bracket they can attach to the, I'm just scratching my leg because of the mozzies and flies and shit. There is an attachment to side mount these lights as well. So if you bought more lights, you can literally have three lighting. You can have 3 lights at the same time. So, yeah. Wait, where's the... Oh yeah, this is the iPhone here. And unfortunately, the front-facing camera doesn't have the greatest... yeah, we can't make any adjustments to it as well, unless I'm not... I've got the brightness turned all the way down, hence why I'm not actually seeing if it's actually working or not. Oh wow, okay. So I've turned the brightness down on the iPhone in order to conserve power. So that's probably why I was just checking to see why the issue was not there. Right, so yeah, this is pretty much a test of using the travel router as the network for the Pocket 3 to communicate with the Moblin app. So far, okay. I do have my Action 4 here, so I haven't synced it yet either. So I could potentially turn on my DJI Action 4 and have that broadcast its own stream to the Moblin. That way that we can switch between the 2 cameras to the 2 external cameras. Want me to do that? You know what? I'll do it. Here is the Action 4. Unfortunately, I am using the magnetic mount for the Pocket. Although, actually, I'm not. Haha! So now I can attach it to the tripod. And we can now essentially have a secondary RTMP camera on stream. Oh shit, too high. Too high. Yep. Okay. So you might not be able to see it here. I have set up the Action 4 on this tripod here. I will now go into the settings, and then I'll go into DJI devices. I will now go to okay, hang on. So unfortunately, in order to connect to the correct SSID on the Wi-Fi, I need to manually import it in. That would take time. Unless, all right, I'm just switching. Hang on, this would stop. How do we select all? Copy. Create. This is now Action 4 beryl. Action 4 beryl. Done. Oh, beryl, not berry, beryl. Done. We are now connected to the Action 4 SSID. I'm gonna have to copy paste that. Done. Password for that is whatever the standard one is on the travel router. Done. Action 4 RTMP. Also 6 megabit per second. You know what? We'll see how well this travel router is able to handle all this. All right, let me go back out now and go to scenes, and now enable Action 4. Right, so we have the Pocket 3 no longer streaming because I forgot to enable RTMP. No, it's on. Never mind. Pocket beryl as well. We will now start that live stream too. May Shark, welcome in. Hope you are doing well. Just doing some literal live testing of some equipment here. Void of darkness, yes. All right, let's now switch over to the Pocket 3. All right, so now this is the Pocket 3. Whee! And now I will switch over to the Action 4 and hopefully it is on. Oh, okay, it's pointed in a direction of darkness. Let me just bring this down here. The Action 4 isn't synced. Yeah. All right, so one thing I can do for the Action 4 is to change its latency to be a bit quicker. So right now, the standard latency within RTMP streaming that's set within the Moblin app is set to 2,000 milliseconds latency. But I've adjusted that in order to configure it to be in sync with the internal camera and microphone of the iPhone. So this here is the Pocket 3 with the internal camera of the iPhone, and this here is the Action 4. Now let's switch over to the Action 4, and this is the Action 4, and you can see the Pocket 3, but it is not in sync. And in order to sync the RTMP, we have to turn off RTMP server in order to change the latency. So we can do that right now. Let's go to RTMP server. We'll disable it. We'll go to action 4. I'll now change the latency to 350. Let's go back out, enable. I don't know. Let me check. Okay. So the action 4, because there is no stabilization, enabled, the RTMP stream is actually faster. Okay, I now need to change that again. Let's go to RTMP server turn off. Let's go to action 4. Let's increase the latency to oh, okay, we're gonna have to turn off. Damn it. Okay, never mind. Okay, that is, oh, okay, steady is off. Okay, strange. And because I've done that, I'm pretty sure the mic has switched to of the iPhone. Let me now switch the mic to Pocket 3. So now you should be able to pick up the mic mini that's attached to my face. And that is quite a long time for the action 4. It seemed faster before. Let me just double check. RTMP action 4. Yeah, latency is set to 250, which is the bare minimum for the system. All right, I'm gonna have to muck around further, but yeah, this is essentially the Pocket 3 connected to the travel router, which is using the Netgear Nighthawk M1 as the internet connection, and then the iPhone, which is running Moblin, that is connected to the Wi-Fi of the travel router. So yeah, had a bit of a hiccup at the very beginning of the stream, causing a lot of grays on stream. So yeah, and I don't know what I didn't do. I guess it's managed to fix itself. So unless that's a factor, that's something to factor in whenever I start streaming using Pocket 3 RTMP server and Moblin, is to have everything running for 5 minutes and then start streaming. For the 50 Shades incident, yeah. But okay, so how has the stream been so far? Any more audio stuttering? I might just turn off the action 4 because there's things that needs to be done in order to get the action 4 to be synced up. So once a camera changes or deactivates, the microphone automatically switches to the bass. The microphone ordered the bass to the bottom microphone of the iPhone. But I've now changed it so that the Pocket 3 will remain on top. Then the second is the front-facing microphone of the iPhone itself. So far, so good. We just got one low bitrate, but that was very close to, yeah. If it was very close to the start, then it might be a starting thing. Because I have noticed that when I'm using the Rock 5A, is that the very beginning of the stream, a lot of grays and glitching happens. So let me now just turn off the Action 4 as a DJI device, because that's now turned off. We don't need it to be continually trying to hunt and search for it. I would like to think so. It could be the location of where I was as well. Might be poor internet connection there. But yeah, look how tall this is. This thing can go higher apparently. Oh damn, okay, that's the maximum I've been able to pull it. So it's not even, it's just barely touching the top of the camera lens. So that's with the feet actually touching the ground, and I'm standing on the ground, and that is quite tall. It is very wobbly on the top, so have a very, very lightweight camera on here, like a 360 camera or something, you know? Okay. We have a camera, plane incoming. So I need to slim this down, but I don't want to not use the M1 in case I need to use it for something else. So, oh yeah, the quick rising monopod. Yeah, from all the things that I've seen online, it looks very interesting. So, wee. All right, now I want to just have the camera and the chat phone out and not the actual iPhone. So I'm now going to lock the iPhone, because Moblin is able to lock the iPhone and still continue to stream. Okay. I have camera bag here. I will now insert this in here. Cabling. Even though using an iPhone as the video encoder is very enticing, all the equipment that you bring along is pretty much, once you bring all the equipment that you need, it pretty much ends up being as big as the Rock 5A or the Orange Pi 5 Plus. So it is not as convenient anymore, and that is just me talking with my experience, because I live in the tropics, and unfortunately cooling is required, which means
robust, precise,
which means more equipment and more power. Oh. I just sat on the Action 4. All right, let's start to get out. I've just been bitten by so many sandflies and mosquitoes. It's just give me a second. I just need to scratch a few things. Now, I don't know if I still have mod chat commands enabled within the Moblin app, allowing mods to change the scenes. But yeah. Right, so I can't drive with the light literally in my eye line, so I'm going to have to reposition the lighting to something like this, or turn on the lighting internally in the vehicle. and just save this for later to conserve power. Oh, okay. One thing I forgot as well. Once you lock the iPhone, the internal camera freezes. So I'm going to have to unlock the iPhone and turn off the front-facing widget. And then, yeah. Let's go. All right, let's go. All right, the windscreen is dirty as F. So let me. Without having to open up the iPhone again. Oh, I did see a skip there. So I'm not sure if that was caused by a issue with the connection to the router or something else. I'm gonna have to review all this when I get back. Right, it's gonna squeal and I do apologize. Ready? Could be the internet, but if it's skipping frames, that is generally an RTMP issue, because SRT grays everything out. So yeah, RTMP generally causes video to skip or fast forward or whereas SRT is, oh, I should clean my window. SRT generally tends to have the issue of gray videos. That's not any better. Have you tinkered with any of the solar? Yes, I have. I am. Oh, excuse me. Jesus. I just leaned forward and I burped. Damn. Mirrorless cameras within Moblin or mirrorless cameras within just in general streaming? Because I believe I have found a way to bring in any HDMI camera and feed it into Moblin via RTMP. I mean, I did try SRT, but that seems a bit too... there was a lot of freeze frames when using SRT. But when using RTMP, yeah. Okay, I'm going to clean the window again. It's going to sound really squeegee. I do apologize. Oh. Okay, there's no more water in the reservoir tank. Sorry, that was a mozzie. All right, let's. All of my RTMP, all of my Sony cameras, besides from one that I currently own, they do not have internal RTMP streaming. The one camera that does offer it is the Sony Cinema 5S, the Sony Cinema FS5. Unfortunately, that is a big camera to carry around, to be honest. I think the newer style cameras, like maybe the 6700 or the FX30, do offer internal RTMP live streaming, but yeah, currently all the cameras that I own that are Sony based, or any camera that I own, does not have internal RTMP live streaming at all as a feature, except for the Sony Cinema FS5. But I do have another way of being able to incorporate a HDMI camera utilizing a few parts in order to send an RTMP stream, which in turn can be pushed into Moblin. So yeah. Damn it. I'm so itchy. Why? Sand. I can fight it. I can fight it. It's fine. I can fight it. Itchy. Okay, let's see here. Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum. No, I brought the Bushman's. I have it literally in my car. It's just that I don't want to spray it because then I'll be smelling like Bushman's. And then taking a shower, it would just stink up the shower with Bushman's. So it's fine. It's fine. I'll be okay. The FX3, I don't know. You might have to look in the manual or your menu settings. It's probably listed in the Wi-Fi connections for the FX3. Yeah. Sony Cinema FS5. Yeah, trying to Google. Yeah, but that's a big camera to carry around. But as I mentioned, there is another way. There's actually quite a few ways in order to generate or create an RTMP stream from a HDMI based camera. Now, it's none of it's free, unfortunately. It's extra equipment that you will have to purchase in order to make it work. I've only been able to make it work with a specific set of hardware in order to push out a 1080p 30 stream. Now, when I tried to use a different piece of hardware, 60p 1080p stream, and called Moblin ingest. So, yeah. Oh, it's great. Yeah, so it might be just that location, because that was the same location I parked in order to start the live stream. Sorry, there's mosquitoes. Do you get mosquitoes in Ireland? I think it might be too cold, right, for mosquitoes. Let me go into mode. Oh, yeah, I really need to make that connection more solid. No mosquito. All right, fair enough. And let's loop around. Oh wow. There are no lights here, but the Pocket 3 is able to pick up. Okay. Let me bring you back to reality. Nice. No mosquitoes, too cold for the yeah. All right. So I've just gotten home. I might switch over to Be Right Back, and I will be in the main PC because that's still on because I was gaming on Warzone earlier tonight as well. So, all right, I will be back in about probably 5 minutes or less because I'm not going to do a long stream. And why is the camera... Okay, gimbal protected. All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes and then I'll continue on with trying to attempt to bring in a HDMI camera into Moblin that doesn't have a feature to do RTMP streaming in equipment. So I'll be back. So this is it. This is it. This is literally it. We have the iPhone running Moblin. We have a Android phone in hotspot mode, and we have the remote with its own smartphone pushing out an RTMP stream over the hotspot of the Android phone into Moblin. And if we were to go into full-time zoom now, boom. Oops, choppy. Okay. And I've just realized so the fires and it will just burn itself out as long as it's not. So we create a go live notification action, and then on the trigger we select Twitch channel and stream online. So we Twitch channel, and whenever you go online. You want to screenshot that? You know, I'll do it. My flashlight on the or torch on the phone, will I be lit up more on stream? And we can now do TED Talks. So the benefits of shitting and coming at the same time. Let me now turn on the light and compare this image with its natural lighting. And let me now turn on the flashlight for the phone and bring it up here. And this is now me with the flashlight from the phone lighting up my face in D-Log. Because on the normal mode, and we can now do TED Talks. So the benefits of shitting and coming at the same time. And let me now turn on the flashlight for the phone. I'll bring it up here. And this is now me with the flashlight from the phone lighting up my face in D-Log color. Because on the normal mode, I can't even fit inside of it. I think I'm stuck. Slipstream, it's the Mark Mini. It's the Mark Mini. Up the game. You purchased and got that Switch delivered in 30. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. 30 minutes. What kind of bullshit is that? That's less than a pizza. 30 minutes or less. Jesus. You know what? Fuck you. And my flashlight on the or torch. This is it. This is literally it. We have the iPhone running Moblin. We have a Android phone in hotspot mode. Then we have the remote with its own smartphone pushing out an RTMP stream over the hotspot of the Android phone into Moblin. And if we were to go into time zoom now, boom. Oops, choppy. Okay. And I've just realized. Okay, yeah. So go live to yeah. So we create a go live notification action, and then on the trigger we select Twitch channel and stream online. So we Twitch channel and whenever you go online. You want to screenshot that? You know, I'll do it. It's fine. Fires and it will just burn itself out as long as it's not. And we can now do TED Talks. So the benefits of shitting and coming at the same time. So go live. Yeah. So we create a go live notification action, and then on the trigger we select Twitch channel and stream online. So it'll be Twitch channel, and whenever you go online. You want to screenshot that? I'll do it. Out the game. You purchased and got that Switch delivered in 30. Fuck you. Fuck you. 30 minutes. What kind of bullshit is that? That's like. Right? Maybe. Let me just take Twitch. I think it's okay.
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Nice. Nice. How's the audio? How is everything? All right. I'm looking on the preview within Moblin. So within Twitch stream manager. Perfect. All right, cool. I think it is because I'm using the main PC's OBS to stream an SRT stream to my mini PC, which is still streaming to Twitch. So, yeah. All right. Oh, tinker time. So, Denduro asked a question. Motherfucker. Hang on. Oh yeah, I need to check YouTube. YT, that is not it. That's not it either. Streaming to Twitch with an extra step. Yeah. So instead of me having to stop streaming on the mini PC and then immediately start streaming from the main PC, I can still have the mini PC continually streaming while I can then do what I need to do on this PC. Let's have a look. You got rip off mic stand like yours, and that when the this one is a Thron Max. I think this cost me like $160 when I bought it. But yeah, waves. Okay. So Denduro asked a question earlier in the stream. If I have, where is it? React. Have you ever? Oh, okay. Have you ever tried with any? Have you ever tinkered? Wait, I can't see that. They don't RTMP built in. So yes, unfortunately, to my knowledge, let's have a quick look. Sony cameras with RTMP live stream. Let's have a look at what it says. So the newer cameras do have the ability to do RTMP live streaming. I don't know if there is a list. Let's have a quick look. Use 2 Sony ZV-1s for streaming. Oh, nice. I actually have one here that I have designed and 3D printed a base platform to house a power bank in order to 1, charge the Sony ZV-1, and 2, provide power to this red cable, which is a HDMI wireless transmitter. So that would allow me to wirelessly HDMI stream from the Sony ZV-1, and with using the Hohem MT2 gimbal, I am able to so unfortunately the Hohem doesn't have a so this is the Hohem MT2 with the AI tracker. Now if I were to quickly power on this Sony ZV-1, so I have configured the gimbal to be essentially only used for the Sony ZV-1, so I can essentially do this. So we go into here, snap in with the quick release, power on the camera, and we will now unlock all the mechanisms, make sure we have the correct balancing, which as you can see it is not. So I'm just going to quickly make those adjustments. So if it's tilting back, so that means we need to alter this way, yep, and front way. So we need to now bring this, if it's too far forward, lock that down. Right, so now it is too much dangle on this side, so I need to shift it across. And now we'll power on the gimbal. And now I have a 3-axis gimbaled wireless HDMI camera, and with the power of with the power of this AI tracker here, I can now do, oh, you guys can't see that. I can now do, oh no. Yeah, the DJI is lightweight, but this is for use of existing wireless, existing HDMI cameras. But this isn't the thing that I wanted to show. But this is something that is, let me stop. How do you, is it the open palm? I can't remember how, oh, there it is. Yeah, the RS3 Pro is a great gimbal, and it's actually pretty good priced now because the RS4 is currently available. So I'm actually using that to do remote pan tilt control. So with all the gestures, it looks like you're making a TikTok. Yeah. So I do use the Sony ZV-1 when I'm doing my multi-camera stream. Now, it was mentioned that you wanted to delve into that in the future, Vicky. So this is my multi-camera backpack rig. The bottom is housing a V-mount battery, and then, oh, welcome in, Georg Koslowski. Thank you for the follow. So on top here we have an OC Go Stream Deck 4-channel HDMI video switcher, along with the Orange Pi 5 Plus board on this side here, sorry. And then on this side we have a GL iNet travel router, and that's been stripped out from its case. Same thing, there is no case for the Orange Pi 5 Plus. So this is pretty much a all-in-one unit to multi-camera stream, essentially. Welcome from Germany. Guten Tag. Welcome in Georg. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, and here I'll attach a V-mount. Here I'll just put in 2 power banks. That will power up all the USB devices. And essentially, and we have fans. We have the Noctua fans in here as well to provide input and exhaust cooling on this system, because the OC GoStream deck does get quite hot. Yes, I do 3D printing, and this was also laser cut as well. I do have a laser cutter, hobby styles. You're not like industrial scale. So yeah, this is about a 12 mil thick. Actually, no. This might be a 7 mil thick plywood from the hardware store. So essentially, this is what my 4th iteration of the multi-camera backpack setup, and I'm planning to utilize majority of it wireless HDMI connection, and having one single cabled connection for when I do drone streams. I can then attach this device in order to receive the RTMP stream from the drone and convert it into a HDMI output, which with the most recent, well, with the released version of Moblin back in January, it now has that ability to output a clean HDMI feed. So essentially, I could stream the drone feed via RTMP directly into the Moblin app, and then just have the HDMI video push into here. So that has now essentially put this device out of commission, probably. So I have the Creality K1 Max, the Creality K1C, the Creality Ender 3 V2 Neo, and then I have the Creality Falcon 2, which is a 22 watt laser cutter for depths of up to 12 mil thick. And I have also purchased but haven't assembled a open source DIY CNC machine for wood, which allows me to essentially cut designs of between 2.4 wide and 1.2 tall. Thank you, Vicky. It's been inspired by how the Sushi Dragon streams, and how there's another streamer called, what's his name? Hang on, muted to watch. Which I was inspired to do a multi-camera backpack setup. Samet Raw. So Samet Raw showcased he is a drifter in Japan, and he showcased what he does with his multi-camera stream whilst drifting. And the same principle that I'm doing here is that I have also created channel point redeems to allow chat to essentially change camera angles whilst IRL. Hence why there's the travel router in this entire setup as well. If you'd like to, you can join my Discord. There's a whole ton of information on there that you can peruse through, have a look, ask questions. !Discord. And yeah, so if you need a hand or advice, or even just giving me advice or a hand, please let me know. It's always good to yeah, good luck. Good luck. Yes. I've been told there's too many channels I need to cull down, but you can't cull down on genius. Genius. Okay, let me lock this down. Okay. You know what? The Sony can stay there. Okay, so for multi-camera streaming, that is what I have attempted to do. I have done it whilst in a different state, away from home, and that was a good test to do. I haven't tested it using this new setup. The previous setup, I used a Blackmagic A10 Mini and 3D printed my own case to fit into this. Now, this configuration didn't have the Orange Pi 5 Plus designed into it, because I wanted to have it as a separate piece. But that proved to be a lot more cumbersome, because a lot more wires is needed in order to bridge between the A10 Mini and a separate Orange Pi 5 Plus. So with this new design, I've decided to incorporate everything as a single unit and just dedicate that one Orange Pi 5 Plus board just for the multi-camera stream. Because I have a bunch of different encoder boards at my disposal. This here is the Rock 5B Plus, along with a MPF battery that actually acts as a UPS power supply. Then, as I've shown before, this here is the Orange Pi 5 Plus in a metal case. And this is the Radza Rock 5A with a UPS module to stream. So yeah, these are all Bella Box encoders using actual hardware. You need to come someday to your IRLs and show your minimalist service. I know. I need to trim down a lot of my gear, but sometimes I need more gear. I tell myself that, but yeah. But yeah, thank you again, Vicky, from the raid earlier as well. All right, let's see here. So we have the iPhone running the Moblin software, and let's bring that over here. We'll use oh, not the drone. Oh no. Oh no. Where did I put the camera? Jesus. Everything should be on the table. I'll just use another camera. All right. Okay. So, the question was asked, I believe, by Denduro. I'm not sure if he wanted. You have software which is more powerful. Oh, please tell. Please tell. Is it free? That's one of the main questions that I tend to ask, is if a particular software is either free or within the budget of most, I guess, a majority of people who want to start IRL streaming. Wing out and stream panel. I've never heard of this. Oh wow. Okay, let's have a look. It's free and open. Wing out. Oh, I'm getting so many buffalo wings in the search. On GitHub. Ooh, okay, let's have a look. And stream panel. Wing Lang. Wing software. Oof, okay.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh yes. All right, I'll thank you for that, Omosi. I will have to look at that later. Wing app stream panel. Stream panel 2. Okay, Wing Out app. Let's have a look. Wing Out Express. Best wings. Oh. Okay. All right, cool. I will look into that at some point and see if that is at least a good contender to utilize with, in comparison to Moblin. So thank you for that, Vicky. Wing out GitHub. Stream. Self-contained streaming multiple destinations. Okay. Interesting. All right. So a question was asked. I believe the question was asked was how we can utilize a HDMI camera to be in the Moblin app. Specifically, if the HDMI camera in question doesn't actually have the ability to do RTMP live streaming. So this is the Sony X3000 in a 3D printed case along with a power bank, and this is designed so that it is a self-contained wireless video camera essentially. And yeah, that is what the intention is, to be completely wireless while still be able to send its HDMI video to the receiver, which could be on a switcher or on the encoder board itself. Where did I put that camera? It couldn't have gone that far. I didn't charge it. Oh, okay. I am charging it. All right. This one here. This one here. Yeah. For the X3000, you need an external Kona with you. But this essentially is just an idea for the camera, or any HDMI camera. All right. So one way is to use something like this. This is from Axoon. I believe this is the M1. Now what this enables is the ability to use a phone along with a MPF battery to then connect a HDMI camera to then feed into the smartphone and then utilizing an app to stream the HDMI input via RTMP. Now, in my testing that I have done utilizing this particular contraption, is it doesn't do so well, and that's just me using it myself. So this here is a small rig MPF battery, slaps on, and it is unfortunately big. Yes, this is the Axoon M1. Oh, I have the Android variant, but there is an iOS version as well. This does allow for this battery to actually provide charge power to the smartphone itself. It's a big battery, so you can get slimmer ones, but that means a decrease in overall runtime. So let's see here. This is the Axoon M1. This was released, I think, 2 years ago. So there might be even better versions available right now. Now, let's open up the Axoon app. Axoon Go. Okay, it might not be Axoon. It might be a different Axoon. Oh. Shoot. No, never mind. It's fine. So we have an Android phone along with the Axoon M1 HDMI capture device and a battery. So the battery is able to provide charge power to the phone itself. Now what I also have is an app called Stop. So I have an app called USB Camera Pro. I have the paid version, and what this allows this configuration is to accept a HDMI capture device to be read into an Android device via this USB-C cable. So if we go into here, let's click OK, and now this app is utilizing this this HDMI to USB capture device. So let's now bring out a camera. I'll now power this on, and now let's bring in a HDMI cable, and this will plug in to one HDMI port, and open USB Camera Pro to access. Yep. Oh. What? Okay, you know what? Let's just close it all down. Let's reopen it again, and now we have. Ooh. Okay. This didn't happen before, so it might be the cable. Sometimes you're gonna have to make sure you have the correct cable. Okay. Why? Close, open. Okay, it's supposed to work. Let's try it without. Allow Camera Pro to use this. Yep. USB audio unavailable. USB device not contain built-in USB audio. Okay, so yeah, so this is 1080p 60, as you can see here. So okay, it might be the battery, maybe. Oof. Okay, honestly don't know what's wrong. Because when I tested it before, it worked with some limitations. And I don't think it's the cable either, because it worked with the cable. Okay. Let me restart the app. So I'll eject the USB device. Close, close. Okay, let's open up again. Could be the cable now. Ooh, ooh, this is. It might be the cable, yeah. Let's. I'll do a flip, because it could be the actual adapter from the micro HDMI, because it's actually quite bent at the moment, and it could be kinked. Oh no, it's not. Okay, let's try a different camera, because I've got a bunch of X3000s, so okay. Close. Let's switch open the cable. I'll plug it in and get it right. Wow, okay. That is not supposed to happen. Well, let me look for another HDMI cable, which I should have lying around somewhere here. Okay. Yes. So what I've realized is that the battery life on the X3000 doesn't last quite long. So 3D printing a case to also house a power bank has greatly increased the runtime to like almost 10 hours on a single charge. And that's with HDMI, wireless HDMI connected as well. Let's go here. Oh, it could be the camera. Let me just turn it off. I've never actually turned off the camera. Let's safely eject. Close all. Okay, let's turn on. Let's now okay. Let's try a different camera. Same cable. Different camera. So I have a wedding coming up, and their arch is the same color. So I'm going to hide this in the arch to capture the bride walking down the aisle, because I'll be live streaming to a private site based on that. Okay, honestly, I do not know what's happening. We're going to change to a different cable. Close all. Camera's still on. Oh, it's set in 4K. This is set in 4K, but it should be able to. Okay. Why? Why is it this? Reset. Okay. Either way, let's just continue on. So we want to make sure that this phone is connected to the travel router that I was using with the Moblin before. Olivia, welcome in. Hope you are doing well. So this smartphone is connected to the same travel router. Why is there a 1? There was a 1 right next to it. Let me just quickly check to see if this requires an update. It shouldn't. I mean, I don't think it should. Play Store. Manage apps. Updates. Nope, nothing is on the list for that particular app to update. It's still... Okay, let's go to settings. Let's go to... That's a new one. High performance render. I don't think I've seen that particular one before. Let's go to H26 MJPEG bypass. That might be it. Nope. Okay. Let me close all that down. Undo. Let's just quickly do a quick restart on the phone. So, just hungry? Oh, nice. What are your plans for food? I'm always interested. But yeah, I'm also doing good. Just did a bit of a quick test, and I should change my stream info now. Tinkering. Moblin beryl. And it's not IRL. We are just chatting, maybe? Whatever. Done. Okay. Phone is updating. So, in regards to this particular contraption, let's just keep the HDMI in there. So essentially, what this does is HDMI capture and then feed it into a smartphone of some sort. Now the smartphone will then use an app to then push an RTMP stream to your destination, which is how I would be able to then feed the HDMI camera into the Moblin RTMP ingest servers. All right, we've restarted. Let's plug this in. Oh, it's turned off. This is also turned off. Ooh, but it's got full power. Okay, let's try again. Okay, I honestly don't know what's wrong, to be honest, with this app, because it was supposed to show full color before, but now not so much. And I don't think it's anything with the cameras themselves. So I don't think it's the adapters either. Alright. It might be the port of this device itself. Oh. So it might be the actual port here. Okay, let's try again. Oh man. Okay, you know what? Let's just leave it like that. Okay. So, what we will now enable Moblin on here, and boom. We'll just double check the Wi-Fi if it is to this travel router. Great. Alright, let me now turn off some scenes that we don't need to use. We don't need the Pocket 3. We do need the drone. And instead of me creating a new scene, I'm just going to reuse the drone. It just makes things easier. Okay. So, we go to RTMP server, and you guys can't see any of that. And bring down the brightness. And then we go into RTMP HDMI, Hang on, let me turn off the DJI because that's still trying to connect to those devices. And we'll turn off the Pocket 3 and we will turn off the... Oh yeah, that's all done. Stopping stream. Okay, cool. Let's get back to RTMP server. Let's go to HDMI. Double check this is the correct server as well as stream key. We go to URLs. We'll make sure we copy the correct RTMP URL based on the connection that this phone has, which in this case is the Wi-Fi to this travel router bundle. All right, go back out and we will now go to the scene and double check that we have the correct RTMP server selected for this. Okay, now we will go into RTMP drone scene on the Moblin phone, and here again we'll need to just double check the RTMP address because we need to feed it into this app on the Android device in order to stream to the RTMP server here. RTMP HDMI URL. Here we have 192.168.8.125. That's because it's based on this travel router. So here we need to double check the RTMP addresses on this app in order to push to the correct address ingest on the Moblin. So here we have 8125 and here we have 8125. So we select that, back out again. Oh, it's fixed itself. Okay, now we go to push this stream to RTMP, and now we have it popped up on the Moblin app. So if we go live now, hopefully it doesn't break my stream. Let's go to the live. Hopefully it doesn't break my stream. Let's go to the live scene. All right. Let me check the mic. RTMP drone. So one thing I've noticed here is that I can hear hang on. Oh yeah, okay. The speaker on the Android phone I had on, and it was relaying what was being pushed out from the camera. All right, so if we were to now enable a widget, so now we have the X3000 action camera connected to the Axoon M1 configuration to then push out an RTMP stream to the Moblin RTMP ingest. Now, I'm not sure if that stutter is seen on stream. I am in a well-lit area, so there shouldn't be any shutter issues based on the shutter speed of the camera. Now on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is the iPhone's camera. So if I were to now do both the X3000 action camera, which is pushing an RTMP stream into the iPhone, and the internal iPhone camera should now be both in sync. And if I was to now pick up the entire rig, which unfortunately is a bit of a contraption, this is it. Oh, hang on, you might get double. Yeah, so done lam. 5 minutes. So yeah, this is one way to connect a HDMI camera to then be received into the Moblin app using the RTMP ingest. Now, unfortunately, with this particular app, using the camera USB Camera Pro app on Android, I'm not sure why we are unable to push the audio in the same RTMP stream. Because the app itself is able to detect the audio coming in from the X3000, however, it is unable to push the audio of the X3000 in the same RTMP stream. So if I maybe used the Axoon based app, which is part of the Axoon M1 USB capture device, I might have the ability to push the microphone of the X3000 in the same RTMP stream. So that is one way to do it, and that does require extra hardware. I have also set the RTMP bitrate on the USB Camera Pro app to 6,000, so 6 megabit per second stream. So yeah, now let's now go back to the top camera. Okay, so that is one configuration using hardware to connect a HDMI camera to start an RTMP stream. Now, as you can, let me stop the stream. Let's stop the push. Okay, let's all right, and we don't need this one anymore, so we can safely eject, we can safely exit. Okay, and disconnect. Yes, that is true, but I also have poor internet at home, so I'm only able to push 5 megabit per second to restream, and then restream's pushing to Twitch. All right, let's power this on because we don't need that anymore. Okay, so that is one way to utilize in order to bring in a HDMI camera into the Moblin app with RTMP ingest, is using a external piece of hardware that is able to do so. Now, I've only done it using the USB Camera Pro app. It's a paid app, one-time purchase only, so that's pretty good. Now, another piece of tech that is able to do a very similar thing is this. This essentially is the J5 Create video capture USB hub. Now, this has a HDMI input capture, HDMI output, 2 USB 3.0 ports, a headphone jack, and a DC in of USB power delivery. I believe up to 60 watts. So what I've done is utilize this. No worries, all good. I thought you would have left after the raid. But again, thank you for tuning in, and yeah, hope to see your next stream, and see your minimalistic setup, because I am interested in what you do use, and I'll try and do some more research on the Wing Out app as well. All right, see ya. Okay, so instead of using the Axtoon M1, we can utilize this and have a power bank to provide top-up power to the Android device that this USB-C cable is connected to. So right now I'm just going to use rubber bands to strap this down, and I'm using this U-shaped HDMI adapter so that all the cabling is essentially in one direction. I will now use this USB cable to provide input power into this device, and then subsequently charge power into this USB-C device, which connects into the Android phone, which is my personal phone. So let's plug that in. It's plugged in, charging. I don't know what the rate is charging at, so let's now open the USB Camera Pro to utilize this video hub. Okay, there's no HDMI connected into this device, so now let's connect a HDMI camera. We'll use the same camera as before. Alright, so now we have an active camera signal being fed into this J5 Create video hub. The difference between the Axtoon M1 and this is this device is only able to detect up to 30 frames per second, whereas the Axtoon M1, this device, is able to detect 60 frames per second. But we have this camera connected to this video hub along with a power bank, so therefore the phone itself is also being charged at the same time. Let's I think I'm doubling up on connections. Let's undo that. Let's redo that. Open. All right, now we are going to do the exact same thing of RTMP stream into the Moblin app. So nothing's changed. We'll use the same RTMP address that we used when we used the Axtoon M1 adapter, and we'll see if it pushes into this scene on Moblin. Live push RTMP Moblin, and there we go. We have a stream coming in from a HDMI camera using an Android device and using the USB Camera Pro app to then send an RTMP stream into the Moblin app running on the iPhone, and all of this is connected over this travel router here. So unfortunately, again, we are unable to utilize the microphone from the camera and receive it on the Moblin app. I think that's to do with this particular app, unable to push out the reroute the audio and push it out to the RTMP stream. So here is a quick live, and I'll switch over to the live. Okay, you should now be hearing the audio coming in from the phone. And if I were to now do both the X3000 and the internal iPhone camera should now be in sync. Can you skip the RTMP and just use? So one thing is that the iPhone is unable to receive a USB UVC input. Only iPads at the present moment have that ability. So if you have an iPad with USB Type-C, you are able to then utilize a USB UVC camera such as the Action 4 or the Pocket 3 and plug that straight in to the iPad. Unfortunately, the iPhone does not have that ability at the present moment. So yeah, if you have an iPad mini with USB Type-C, then you should be able to connect the Action 4 or the Pocket 3 USB UVC directly into that. So I do have an iPad, a Gen 10 iPad. It's the more budget-friendly, cheaper ones, and I was able to connect my Logitech Brio 4K USB camera into the iPad using a standard USB Type-C hub that has USB 3.0 ports. So yeah. So at the present moment, there isn't a way to direct connect a camera straight into an iPhone. At least to my knowledge, with the current cameras that's been recommended for IRL streaming. Let's see here. Ooh. Wrong one. So yeah, with a device, you should be able to let me just stop the Bella Box stream so it's not as confusing. So pretty much this device, so you could probably get a smaller Android device, and then this is it. This is all you need in order to bring in a HDMI camera into the Moblin app via RTMP streaming. So yeah, if I'm able to utilize an older Android smartphone, then and still utilize USB Type-C, then we should be able to send the stream via RTMP into the Moblin app. I do have a... Okay, let me stop the push from this app and then safely eject, exit. Okay, done. I do have an S10, which is quite small compared to the S21 Ultra. I don't think the S8 is able to utilize this hub, because I think the S10 was one of the newer phones that incorporated quick charge via USB, whereas the S8 I think was still standard 5 volt 2.1 amp 10 watt connection, whereas I think the S10 is able to utilize the quick charge 3.0 fast charging. Okay, let's have a look here. Let me now connect the S10, which is a different Android device, and see if that is able to stream, or is able to push an RTMP stream to Moblin. I just need to find my app. I may need to update it because it's been certainly quite a while. Well, let me run it as is. So we're opening up the USB camera app, and then we will now connect this J5 Create Video Capture USB hub. We are receiving charge, and that's not the Axoon. This is the USB Camera Pro. Alright, now let's redo the RTMP address because it's a completely different phone. RTMP Moblin, and I believe it is RTMP // 192.168.8.125. Let's just confirm that. RTMP server, RTMP HDMI, URLs 125, 1935, and then /live stream key is ABCD 1234. It doesn't matter because this is all local, so there's no way for you guys to push an RTMP stream into this setup. You have to be literally connected to this router. Add. Oh wait, we forgot / add. Okay, now let's go live push and RTMP Moblin. And we have now started the push from the phone. This is the Samsung S10. And we now have the connection. It is a bit janky at the present moment, so I might have to do some more changes within the app itself to be a bit more smoother. So let's stop the push. Let's go into settings. Yep. Again, I need to also probably update this app as well, so let's just quickly do that while we are here. Where is push? Play Store, sorry. Alright. Yes. Let's ooh, no thanks. Let's manage apps. Checking for updates. I'll update only USB Camera Pro. Oh, it's only 484 kilobytes. Interesting. And the USB Camera Pro app, let's actually try the Axoon C app, because that has the ability to do RTMP live streaming. One of the benefits and features of using the USB Camera Pro app is that has the ability to not only send out an RTMP stream, it can actually also send out an SRT stream with HEVC codec for the video, meaning less data, which means less bandwidth being used. So, but with my previous testing, unfortunately, it's created some kind of a stutter to the Moblin RTMP ingest. So let's now open up USB Camera Pro. Let's now go into settings, or video format, sorry. MJPEG 1080p 30. Okay. Let's go to settings. Let's go to UVC device. We don't want to bypass. We want to use hardware decoder. We want to do RTMP H.264. SRT is HEVC. Encoder settings. We want to hardware encoder. We'll do main custom bitrate 6, and for HEVC we'll do custom bitrate as 4. Okay, back out. Let's go to, let's create a new one. I do want to test SRT, and SRT /S 192.168.8.125. If we go into the SRT server, we should be able to get the SRT stream and the URL and enable that to be in the address within the Camera Pro app. Stream ID 1 2 3 4 5 A B C D. SRT options, latency, that's fine. Add. Okay, let's now attempt to try the SRT stream from the Android S10, which the HDMI camera is connected to via the video capture hub, and into the Moblin app. So now let's go back. We've enabled SRT. Let's now go into RTMP. That's already enabled as well. Let's go to scenes and enable my test SRT stream. Make sure SRT is still there. Okay, let's go into test SRT scene. Let's now start the live push to SRT Moblin, and there we go. It is now part of the Moblin stream using SRT. Okay, let's now switch to the live scene, and I will showcase why I'm not using SRT at the present moment in this scenario. Oh, we're not live yet. Front-facing microphone. All right, this is the SRT stream from the USB Camera Pro app pushing into the Moblin app. And as you can see, there is a bit of delay between the internal iPhone camera, which is picture-in-picture, now about every 15 seconds or so, the SRT video feed pauses for a second and then moves. So let's go here. So it pauses on the Moblin screen itself. So I'm able to see that playback on the Moblin screen. So it's going to pause for a full second and then continue its SRT stream. So this isn't as reliable as I hoped. It might be something to do with keyframes, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's an ongoing issue that I'm trying to figure out, but I don't have the right configurations, at least. And I thought having a dedicated travel router would alleviate that kind of freeze framing when using SRT. So let's stop the live push of SRT, and then we will switch it to RTMP using the older Samsung Galaxy S10 phone. And here we go. Let's now switch over to the top-down camera, and here we go. Let's now switch. So we have the X3000, we have the J5 Create Video Hub, and that is connected into the Samsung Galaxy S10, and it's also charging the phone using the attached power bank. And if we now switch over to the live scene, which you can see on screen, is smooth. It's not janky. And we have both the X3000 camera and the internal iPhone camera to be in sync. So yeah, even when I'm pushing an SRT stream from screen sharing, there's still that pause every 10 seconds for a full second. So again, unable to push out the microphone from the X3000 camera and utilizing the microphone from the actual iPhone itself. Yeah. Can't even select it within the settings of Moblin itself. So yeah, so that is another way to stream using a HDMI based camera and an iPhone and a capture card to then be received into the Moblin app. Oh, okay. No worries, monkey. Oh, yeah. Oh, quite a few blanks, eh? Welcome in, monkey. Hope you are doing well. So, yeah, that is, as opposed to using the Axon M1, which has the tray to fit in a MPF battery and then a clamp for something like this. It does have a quarter 20 thread, so you might be able to then attach this to the top of your camera, assuming you're not wanting to use the action camera because you have the Pocket 3 or the Action 4 or the Action 5 for that. Yes, you gotta have to lip read. So then you can attach literally any HDMI camera into this device and then stream through your blurry just woke up eyes. Oh, you just woke up. Well done. Well done. But yes, I think having a dedicated travel router, at least in my configuration setup, is actually what's providing a more stable stream when using the Moblin app. But in comparison to, say, using just a Rock 5 B Plus board or an Orange Pi 5 Plus board, and then having one adapter as a hotspot and then wirelessly transmit RTMP stream to this, and all this is already in one sort of unit. Yeah, but that's another thing, another option for those who wish to try and utilize a HDMI based camera and push out its own RTMP stream to be received into the Moblin app. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to go and check. I was actually going to go check on food. Okay, let's put that there. Alright, I'm just going to go and get some beverages. Be right back. we can now do TED Talks. So the benefits of shitting and coming at the same time. App, but the Twitch app generally previews the stream very smoothly. So. Okay, I just did a couple of head bobs. So this is the mirror hole. Oh wow, it dips. Hey, that's alright. So the fires and it will just burn itself out as long as it's not. Up, rotate. We've got line of sight here. So there is a delay. There is a delay between the RTMP feed from the drone and the camera feed from the bellow box. What is that sound? I can hear beeping. Oh, it must be obstacle. Okay, now we just chill. Now we chill. Let's see if that's here.
All right, everyone, chill.
All right, let's have a look at a mukbang creator and see while I eat. So it's what I do. It's what I do. Oh, no. We need to use Brave because of the ads. Brave. Oh, it actually saves. Let's go here. Let's go here.
안녕하세요 여러분. 제가 오늘은 지금 여기 인천에 왔는데 아침에 비가 엄청 많이 왔었거든요. 그래가지고 비 오는
subtitles are in
날은 뚜껑
Korean.
삼겹살 아닌가 해가지고 뚜껑 삼겹살 맛집을 찾다가 식혜 사진에 꽂혀서 왔어요. 후식으로 식혜를 주신다고 이렇게 리뷰 올린 걸 봤는데 그 식혜가 너무 맛있어 보이더라고요. 같이 나오는 것들도 되게 많고 진짜 찐 동네 맛집이겠다, 뭔가 약간 촉이 와서 좀 왔습니다. 안녕하세요.
아우 쯔양.
어머.
아우 근데 쯔양이 우리 집에는 여기 맛이 없어 안 돼. 아우
맛이 없어요. 아니.
아우 쯔양이 우리 집에 누가 전에 이제 안 된다고 이제 하려고 그랬는데.
정말요?
비작스님이 온다고 해가지고. 아유 내가 찌양 내가 제일 좋아하는 찌양.
아 정말요?
Hope you're doing well,
영상
monkey.
보셨어요?
아유 찌양 그거 안 보면 내가 찌양을 어떻게 알아요? 얼마나 잘 먹고 그냥 오지 오만 대 가서 막 소뚜껑이나 막 먹고.
아, 저 그래서 오늘 소뚜껑 삼겹살 먹고 싶어서 왔어요.
아유 여기가
Oh,
많잖아요 소뚜껑 있는 데가.
that's random.
형 혹시 고기 얼마나 있어요?
아유 거기 저기 오늘 저기 여기만 자주 그냥 찍고만 가세요.
15인분만 시키면 안 돼요?
아유 그렇게는 지금 안 돼.
안 돼요?
고기만 일단 12인분.
우와, 감사합니다. 대박. 배추김치 이만큼 주셨어요. 와, 이게 삼겹살이 원래 2인분이 이거거든요? 제가 여기를 가서 오늘 줄 알아 되게 뭐 많이 주시더라고요. 두부도 주시고 뭐 마늘, 양파, 버섯, 감자, 고구마까지 되게 엄청 막 이것저것 많이 주셔가지고 엄청 푸짐한 느낌? 고기도 제가 딱 기름기 많아가지고 좋아하는 스타일이거든요. 와.
I'll need a wheelbarrow
좋아요.
to be carried out, eh?
나는 하나 바로 먹을게. 와, 삼겹살 진짜.
And I'm pretty sure I would only survive like the first 10 minutes because she would eat for lunch, go do whatever, and then come back for dinner.
완전 적당하다.
Crazy.
뭐?
Oh, sorry.
새우젓도 있네? 대박. 쌈장에 일단 푹 찍어서.
파김치 고접수도 맛있어.
아, 그래요? 먹어봐야겠다. 제가 여기 사실 온 이유 중 하나가 파김치거든요. 이 파김치가 색깔이 너무 이쁜 거예요. 진짜 맛있다. 신김치처럼 이제 제대로 익혀졌는데 진짜 완전 입맛 제대로 도는 맛이에요. 파김치 진짜 맛있다. 매운 그 하나도 안 나고 완벽한 파김치. 양념이 진짜 맛있다. 파김치에다가 싸먹으면 진짜 맛있겠지?
이거 좋아하는 찌양 진짜.
와, 색깔 봐.
Yeah.
와, 이거 진짜 좀만 사가고 싶다. 한국인이면 또 총각김치에 흰밥 먹는 거 다들 좋아하시잖아요. 저는 별로거든요. 왜냐면은 조금만 써도, 조금만 쓰거나 무가 조금만 덜 익어도 쓴맛 때문에 막 아예 못 먹을 정도인데 쓴맛은 아예 안 나고 무가 딱딱하거나 서걱서걱한 게 아니라 약간 진짜 제대로 익어가지고 안에가 진짜 지짐이를 차갑게 만든 것처럼 되게 그런 맛이 안 나고 오히려 달다, 무가. 아, 여기에 갈치속젓이 또 이렇게 있대요, 이거. 갈치속젓. 갈치속젓. 이게 젓갈 맛이 심하지 않고 딱 적당히 감칠맛만 나는 정도거든요.
사진 찍어도 돼요?
네네. 아, 괜찮아요, 괜찮아요. 감사합니다. 아, 감사합니다. 약간 고기가 파김치를 캐리하는 게 아니라 파김치가 고기를 캐리하는 느낌이에요. 오늘 살면서 파김치 제일 많이 먹을 수 있어요. 와, 잘 익었다. 너무 맛있어.